All right, let's talk about something that drives every repair tech crazy, those invisible hidden electronic faults. The ones that seem absolutely impossible to track down. Today, we're going to look at a technology that lets you stop all the guesswork and actually see the problem. Let's dive in.
I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? You're staring at a circuit board, multimeter in hand, just hunting for that one tiny short or maybe that one component that only decides to fail when it feels like it. It's a grind, and honestly, it can feel like you're working completely blind.
And that's the thing. The old school method is pretty much just educated guesswork. You're poking around, testing things one by one, and all that fumbling around costs you a ton of time. Even worse, you could accidentally make things worse. There's just gotta be a better way to do this.
Well, there is, and the solution is to stop guessing and start seeing. We're talking about the power of thermal imaging. It's a technology that basically gives you a superpower, the ability to see heat.
The concept behind it is actually pretty simple. Everything, and I mean everything, gives off some amount of heat, which is really just infrared radiation. So a thermal imager just takes all that invisible energy and translates it into a picture we can see. It shows you all the hot and cold spots that tell you the real story of what's happening on that board.
Now, for a long time, this was super expensive, specialized equipment. But devices like the MILESEEY TR256i, they're total game changers. These little things plug right into your Android or your iPhone, and just like that, they turn the phone you use every single day into a seriously powerful diagnostic tool.
Okay, so how can a tiny little gadget like this deliver professional-grade results? It all boils down to one absolutely critical factor: the quality, the clarity of the thermal image it can create.
And this number right here, this is the secret sauce. 256 by 192. That is the infrared resolution. It means this little camera is capturing almost 50,000 individual points of temperature data in every single frame. Now, when you compare that to cheaper cameras that might only give you a few thousand points, well, that's the difference between guessing and knowing.
And this lays it out perfectly. I mean, look at the difference. A low-res camera gives you these vague, blurry blobs of color. You're still kind of guessing. But with high resolution, you get these crisp, sharp, detailed images that let you pinpoint the exact tiny little hotspot on a super crowded circuit board. It's night and day.
And the best part? Getting started couldn't be easier. You literally just plug it into your phone's port, whether it's USB-C or Lightning, you fire up the app, and boom, you instantly have a thermal imager right in the palm of your hand. No heavy gear, no complicated setup, nothing.
So, now that we know how it works, let's get to the fun part. What can you actually do with this thing? Because while it's an amazing specialist tool, its uses are way broader than you might think. This is something for pretty much every toolkit.
For anyone doing board-level repair, this is where it really shines. Instantly, you can see that telltale heat spike from a short circuit. You can spot a component that's starting to overheat long before it totally burns out. You can even watch the board over time to finally catch one of those super frustrating intermittent faults in the act.
And here's the real kicker. You can diagnose a problem with pinpoint accuracy without ever having to physically touch the board. Just think about that. Finding a failing chip or a tiny bad capacitor just by looking at your phone screen. That is a massive leap forward in both speed and safety.
But its usefulness definitely doesn't stop at the workbench. You can use the exact same tool to check out HVAC systems, do electrical inspections, troubleshoot problems in your car, or even walk around your house to see where you're losing heat. It makes it a truly versatile investment.
So when you step back and look at the big picture, what we're really talking about is a fundamental change in the whole repair process. It's about moving away from a world of guesswork and into a new reality of, well, certainty.
This is really the before and after picture. You are replacing that tedious, risky trial and error with immediate visual insight. You're saving hours, maybe even days of your life. And you're swapping that feeling of uncertainty for the confidence that lets you make precise, accurate repairs every single time.
Honestly, I think this pretty much sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. Stop guessing and start seeing the unseen. It's all about giving you the power to solve problems you literally could not see before.
And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. When you get a new sense, a new way to see the world around you, the possibilities just open up. So just think about it for a second. What invisible problems could you solve if you could finally see the heat?